We're asking people to boycott the store until they introduce an unfair policy. They stop selling fair, they've gone back on the words, they're selling real fair. These animals get skinned alive. We're asking people to boycott the store until they introduce an unfair policy. This is the 21st century, not the Dark Ages. There's no excuse for the sale of real fair. We're asking people to boycott flannels. If you care about animals, don't give this company any of your money.
Hello?
Can you take that off for me, please?
No, I'm recording this. I think it's necessary.
It's not reasonable to say you stop selling fair and then
Real
start
fair.
selling
All
it
we're
again.
asking them to do is stop selling real fair. There's no excuse to skin animals alive in this day and age. It's unacceptable.
The people in here are filming us.
Don't shop in flannels if you care about animals. If you've got anything to go home, if you're the relationship alive with fair.
No, I'm not going to switch it off. I'm sorry.
And after I asked you to leave the store, your other friends have left the store now, so would you like to follow them?
Not particularly,
Let's keep
but...
them installed then.
Yeah.
Keep them installed and please can take this camera.
Yeah.
You seem very bothered. Why are you so bothered about somebody recording something?
Because you're committing an illegal offence.
What do you mean? I'm not concerned with legality, I'm concerned with morality. And you shouldn't be selling furs. So, you know, it's that kind of issue.
Sorry?
I'm going out, yeah. Right.
Kidnap you now.
No, they just simply try to, you know, it's the old
Intimidate
argument about legality versus morality, and...
In some cases, the animals even get skinned alive. And you can see this for yourself on YouTube. These animals do actually get skinned alive for the fair. And that is what this shop is selling. Fair of animals that have been skinned alive. If anyone in the street's got a cat or dog, just imagine where the flannels are selling cat and dog fair. It's still the same industry. There's a million animals being killed every single year. For vanity, for fashion. This is the 21st century, not the Dark Ages. There's no excuse for the sale of real fair. We're asking people to boycott flannels until they introduce an unfair policy, clubbing or suffocating them to death. Sometimes, though, the animals will actually be in so much pain that they'll actually gnaw off their own limbs in the desperation to escape from the pain. And this is especially true for animals which have got young, as they gnaw off their limbs in the desperation to get back to them. This is what pays for animals to be skinned alive. Do not shop at flannels if you care about animals. The animals on fair farms are killed by poisoning, anal and vaginal electrocution, gassing, suffocation, and even skinning alive. Just type it on YouTube. Animal fair farms, you'll see these animals get skinned alive. You'll see cats and dogs crammed into crates in China. Anyone got any cats or dogs at home? Because cats and dogs are killed for the fair. And flannels support it because they support the fair industry. But don't give your money to flannels. Boycott flannels. It's one of the last stores in Liverpool to support the barbaric fair trade. Fair is old fashioned. Even if you don't buy fair, do not give this company any of your money. This is the 21st century, not the Dark Ages. There's no excuse for the sale of real fair. There's no reason to kill animals for vanity. Imagine it was your cat or dog at home being skinned alive. These animals are killed in horrific ways, such as being skinned alive, anally and vaginally electrocuted. Flannels don't care about this. We've told them before, again and again. They actually used to have an unfair policy, but they've gone back on that policy. Honestly, reintroduce this unfair policy and take fair off the shelves.
get, if you
Because
use Facebook or social
until they
networking,
do, we'll
get
keep
one of
going
them
back.
videos up and also try and,
Because you can introduce your
explain
policy
what's
again
going
and
on,
again,
because it's everywhere.
and then re-put the firm on the shelf again and again. But we will keep coming back. Until the firm is off the shelf, the blood flannels. People are against real fair. No one wants to. We're asking people to boycott flannels until they introduce an unfair policy. 50 million animals are killed for the fair every year, just for fashion, for real fair. But all we're asking flannels to do is take fair off the shelves. We're not asking them to close down, we're only asking them to stop selling real fair. That's not unreasonable, especially considering fair farming has been banned in this country for 10 years because it's so cruel. You can see it for yourself on YouTube. Just go onto YouTube and see animals getting skinned alive. That's what flannels are supporting. That's why we're here today, to make people aware of what this shop supports. Because most people are against real fair. This is one of the last shops in Liverpool to continue selling real fair. And they've gone back on the words. Actually, they used to have an unfair policy, but they've gone back on it. Twice.
Welfare. We're asking people to boycott this shop. Show some compassion. Tell flannels that you will not shop with them until they stop selling real animal fare. Your money is supporting animal abuse as long as you shop with this company. It's the 21st century. What happened to compassion and us being a nation of animal lovers? Mothers, well, churches do their own limbs in order to get back to their young who were killed in this way. Animals kept on fair farms are held in cruel conditions, cramped in tiny wire cages, unable to display real fair from the board.
If you want to join in,
Shame
feel
on
free, 'cause
flannels.
that's how it kind of works. Like, if
Shame
you're
on
happy
you
to
for
join
putting
in.
money before any kind of moral standards.
We do, yeah. I'll show you the right person to join with.
Flannels, you have blood on your hands. The British public voted against the fair trade over 12 years ago. It's a practice that's been banned in this country because it's so cruel and morally unacceptable. You choose to import these products from abroad. Shame on you.
All the process is all in favour of the freedom of the animal, what's no welfare concerns whatsoever goes on. And they're caged all their life, but if they're not the ones that are to steal to your tracks and lie there and days trying to get free.
Excuse me, sir, this is private property.
Okay.
They're now inside privately. That's actually appalling. I'm quite disturbed by that behaviour.
They're also.
The shop when you turned up, or was it?
Yeah, well, pretty much straight away, which we expected, but we've done this over 2 years before. We've never seen the security guards behave like that. That's actually appalling. They're here for us. They know as well from past we've been attacked and threatened here. So as protesters, we can sometimes be vulnerable on the front line. So why are they standing behind locked doors? Could you ask them that? And I'll actually put a complaint
They're
in.
also
I'll put a
soliciting.
complaint in about this.
They're also soliciting members of the public to see if they're being intimidated, almost
They're not
encouraging them to
they're
make
approaching
complaints,
them, yeah.
which is not reasonable. We don't think.
How many cars are they going to need to take us all away?
Yeah, I'm not going to complain about that. That's ridiculous. Acting as private security guards. I think they are.
Are they South African flags or something?
I'm not in charge though. I just actually said to her, will you engage with us first for a change? No one's in charge. Well, you know. No, we're here as individuals against fair. We've come together as a collective to do a collective protest. We don't have a structure. We're not an institution.
Did I ask you to move your placards and your items away from the windows to the other side?
Not really, because I'm not obstructing anybody. No one's
It's just
going to
leaning
trip
against
over
the
them.
property of the shop.
I know that, but unless there's a legal reason why that would actually be a problem, I can't understand why we would have to do that.
For now, you're not going to move those.
Well, I'm not going to. Maybe you could ask other people, but I'm not going to. It's not. I don't make these decisions. I personally, I'm not going to move them.
Do you know who owns the band, the placards and things?
Well, we don't own them. We just sort of gather them and bring them here.
You know who laid them there? Or?
Don't really know answer, to be honest with you.
Does anyone know? Anyone know whose items these are?
Have we been threatened with having them confiscated?
God knows. God knows.
Anyone know who's
Have you introduced yourself?
He has actually.
Oh, right. Are you going to tell the rest of us, or if you want the rest of us to cooperate?
Why are they working as private security guards now?
Who?
The Liverpool One staff, why are they stood in there acting in a private capacity? Like, perhaps you could let them know they're going to have complaints logged against them for that behaviour. Quite offended by that.
Just let you know, one of our police inspectors is on his way down.
That's fine.
Thanks for your help. Cheers.
Okay.
Thank you. Can I have one of your leaflets?
Of course, yeah.
Cheers. Thank you.
So it's just purely informative, no propaganda. Every customer coming in and out, yeah, you're actually employing them right now. You've employed them physically and yourself to actually stand in there and act as private security guards in there. I find that very bizarre. We're not a threat. We never have been a threat. It was them who were swearing on us last year, etc., etc. They've been the problem. One of your chaps who works for you actually lied to the police over last year about swearing at us, etc. I know some of the managers swearing back and up and saying he didn't. I'm really, really quite offended, and I am going to log complaints if this goes on. And then we can't even get in. So you're letting down the rest of everyone else around it by keeping those guards in there right now. That's what you're doing. Well, I'm sure that's as a line manager, but I think it's a very irresponsible and making by doing that.
I understand your point of view, but obviously we've got a job to do.
Are we criminals? Well, we're not. No, but you know, there's such a thing as a moral crime, and this store is profiting from moral crime. We're within the law in a non-intimidative fashion, doing a legal protest. If for some reason your colleagues, your underworkers are being employed now, as far as I'm concerned, to protect a private company that does not need protection. It's really important.
Because most people object to the sale of real fare, and rightly so. And that's why they've called the police out. We're not doing anything intimidating, we're not threatening anyone. What we're doing is making people aware that this shop sells real fare. These animals get skinned alive. We're out here today to protest against that. We're not trying to cause any trouble, we're just making people aware that this is one scummy shop selling real fare. They're paying people to skin animals alive. That is why we are here today. To make people aware that this shop is paying for animals to get skinned alive. Why are they hiding behind the police? What have they got to hide? Why don't they want us here? Why have they got all these security guards here protecting them? So cruel and barbaric that it was banned 10 years ago in this country, but it still gets imported into this country from places where there are no animal welfare laws. Throughout all the support we've got from the public, Flannels, everyone's against real fare. There's no reason for you to continue selling it. Why isn't the rich being protected by the police? All we're doing here today is a peaceful protest trying to make people aware that this shop is selling real fare. The animals on fare farms are kept in tiny, filth-encrusted cages where they suffer from acute stress, extreme boredom, self-mutilation and even cannibalism. The animals are then killed by a range of methods designed specifically to reduce the amount of blood shed on the fare. These methods are not humane. I'll tell you what methods to use. It's anal and vaginal electrocution, gassing, suffocation, poisoning, boiling alive, and even skinning alive. That's what this shop's called. That's why they are selling real fare. And these police are protecting them. What they're doing today is trying to get us to move these fare codes because they say it constitutes litter. 4 police officers about some bits of litter on the floor. Aren't doing anything illegal. There's no reason for the police presence. We've got these 4 police officers, which at the end of the day is coming out of all our pockets. The money.
This is what happens when you try to legally protest and inform the public these days.
This is what taxpayers' money is being spent on, trying to start voicing our opinion about this shop selling real fare. Trying to get people to boycott Flannels, disgusting shop. We're the last in Liverpool to sell real fare. We're doing a legal protest. We're not breaking the law, but we have got 4 police officers out here to remove some fare codes because they were on the floor. Not causing an obstruction, people can still get in the door.
You're going to go any feeling proud of a good day's
That's what taxpayers' money is being spent on.
criminals.
4 police officers. That's what it takes to remove some fare codes off the floor.
Police state.
Taxpayers' money.
Living in a police state. If you dare step out of line, educate, inform against moral crimes such as this, they stamp down on you hard.
3 uniformed police officers and 1 plainclothes police officer. That's what it takes to try and stop a legal protest against the fair trade. And that is what taxpayers' money is being spent on. What we're doing is trying to make people aware that this shop is selling real fare. So there's actually 5 uniformed police officers and 1 ununiformed police officer who are out here today on taxpayers' money because there's some fare coats on the floor as part of our protest that they are claiming as litter. Are you happy as taxpayers that this is what the police are doing with the time? Because I'd personally be more happy with the police arresting people who are actually breaking the law. Reduce the amount of bloodshed on the fare. Boiling alive, and in some cases the animals actually get skinned alive. Protest against Flannels, selling real fare. We're not breaking the law. There's no reason for police officers to be out here today, one ununiformed. And how many security guards? 4 security guards. Probably more security and police than there are protesters, to be fair. And all we're doing is a peaceful protest. Is there no shoplifters in town today? You know? All we're doing is a peaceful protest, trying to make people aware that this shop's selling real fare, that we introduced an unfair policy a year ago. And they come back on the world. But asking compassionate people with a brain cell and a conscience to boycott this store until they introduce an unfair policy. Anyone with a brain cell knows that the fair trade is cruel. 50 million animals are killed for their fare every single year. We're asking people today to boycott Flannels until they stop selling real fare. We're not breaking any laws, therefore why is the 5 police officers here, one on uniform, how much is that costing the taxpayers? Even if you don't object to the real fare, you support the use of the police in this way. Not doing anything illegal.
Okay, so just to let you know, the officers are just there, just going to monitor the situation.
Which officers?
The 2 officers who are there in
Right,
uniform
yeah.
staying here. Obviously,
There've been
legitimate
protests for
quite
years.
happy with that, and you're making your points.
We've never broken
points
the
clear.
law.
Spoke to the store.
What we're
Just
asking
mate.
Flannels
Just
to do
what
is
you
take fare off the shelf.
the fellas said.
Okay, yeah.
Of stores, obviously being spoken to about this instance and at the moment. Okay, if you just let out your protest.
I hear what you're saying, but I can't agree to anything on behalf of the
I
other
know you can't
protesters.
say,
Right,
it's just
okay.
obviously
and watch what's happening.
Love it.
We're such a you awful people.
I know.
Hey, kann ich mit jemandem ein Foto machen?